Then, if she was, I'd have to figure out what to do. Chances were, she'd fled her birth family, and since she had no other jaguars with her, she probably didn't want anything to do with our kind. Best case scenario, she'd want nothing to do with me. Worst case, she'd freak out and cause a scene. Maybe even shift right there in the middle of town. Not that I could blame her either way. Jaguar shifters as a whole were horrible jerks at best. Tyrannical, abusive dictators at worst. And by birth, I was the equivalent of a prince. She'd hate and fear me on principle. She would be able to sniff out my lineage in half a millisecond. My heart raced as I crossed the street to catch up with her. Please don't shift out in the open. Our little town on the Olympic Peninsula was home to more supernatural creatures than I'd ever seen in one place. We'd all managed to keep our true identities hidden, but it would only take one person shifting at the wrong time to drive us all from our homes. I picked up my pace to a solid jog in order to shorten the distance between us. Her aroma drifted to me on the breeze. Confirmation at last. I inhaled deeply. The sweet perfume of a female jaguar shifter. It reminded me of so many loved ones. My stomach twisted. I'd had to walk away from them all because of my father and his refusal to let go of the old ways. No time to dwell on that. The girl in front of me didn't slow or stop or even seem to notice me. How could she miss the scent of a jaguar shifter so close? Had she so immersed herself into the human life that her animal senses had dulled? I'd been away from jaguars for a long time, but I was still deep in the supernatural world. I lived with a pack of werewolves. Well, mostly werewolves. We also had some other misfits like myself. In a way, we were all outcasts, some by choice and others not so much. The female jaguar stopped at a crosswalk. I caught up with her and stood next to her. Her scent enveloped me. She acted like she didn't even notice me. I turned to her and finally caught her attention. She was breathtaking up close, with deep brown eyes and a sprinkling of freckles across her nose. Being so close to another jaguar, especially one so beautiful, overwhelmed me. It took me a moment to regain my bearings. I gave a slight non-committal nod and glanced across the street at the crosswalk signal. Her presence surrounded me, pressing in, threatening to crush me. I hadn't expected this. The signal finally changed. Her presence didn't. We walked side by side. I struggled to breathe. My bones and muscles ached as my body tried to start a shift. I never shifted against my will. What was she doing to me? We reached the campus, and she headed for the courtyard. Beyond that stood more buildings that contained classrooms and labs. Without notice, she stopped walking. I nearly crashed into her. She turned to me, wrinkling her nose. Even annoyed, she was gorgeous.
"Are you following me?"
"What? No." Her eyes narrowed, and she gave me a once-over.
"What are you doing, then? You have no bag, no books. You haven't left my side since the crosswalk."
My usually sharp mind failed me. I couldn't think with this beauty so close to me. Was it because she was the only jaguar shifter I'd seen in years, or because of her personally?
"Well?"
I stood taller. "I'm here to see Professor Foley. I think his office is this way." Her perfectly manicured brows came together. She didn't believe me.
"Professor Foley, huh?"
"Yeah. He's a good friend of mine." She flipped her hair back and gave me a disapproving look.
"Good friend? You're what, a junior or senior? And you're good friends with a math professor?"
"It's a little more complicated than that," I admitted. Actually, it was a lot more complicated than that.